It's bullshit. I don't know why.
It'd be all right.
I have no idea. I'm not. Oh, what was that? A little?
Oh.
Was that a little?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Shit. Oh, welcome to another episode
it's
of
hot.
Saturday
It's hot.
Showdown. Alright. Oh, man, you got it, dude. You got the heat or the fucking
I got the
fans
fan
out, bro.
because
It's about to be that time, dude. It's like fucking.
No, it's because that's what we
it's
coming
almost in
with.
the 80s in the house right now.
We're coming with the heat.
Coming
Welcome
with the heat.
to another fantastic, fabulous installment
A fabulous
of the Saturday Showdown.
Other Saturday Showdown, baby.
This is Puffy.
Baby. This is Chip. What's good with you?
And we're here
Thanks
today
for tuning in.
to talk the Big 12.
Big 12, baby. Big 12.
Really, the Big 14. But
yeah, it's the big. This is the
1 year rental.
Team this year. A
1 year
rental.
Some
The Big 14.
couple newcomers to the Big 12. A conference last year won by
I love them
TCU.
both.
Hold on.
No, Kansas State.
Kansas State won it. Yeah, they won the title.
Yeah,
but we all know
sucked, man.
We all know who was really running things in the Big 12 last year. Come on.
Oh, yeah, dude.
We called it.
Give me.
You can go back. You can go look.
Please don't go back to the national championship episode, but you can go back
Don't.
to every other episode.
Rewind back. Follow that journey through the 12 weeks. The preseason show where we called TCU being a good team and winning the Big 12. Not many people had it. It wasn't like TCU was just like a favorite. We knew.
I had them beating Texas last year. Yeah. I had them beating Texas last year. What a beautiful game that was. And low scoring, but still beautiful nonetheless.
Yeah. It was a great game.
Man, what a ride for the Hypnos. And great for their young stars, all drafted pretty much. I'm pretty sure that Kendra Miller got drafted, but he played on that last Thursday night game.
He definitely did.
He played pretty well. He played with Jameis last Thursday night or Sunday night, whenever that. Yeah, it was Sunday night. Yeah, he played all right. I was like, oh,
he was hard.
They couldn't use him in that national title game. I'm not gonna say that was the difference, but.
They could have put 13 men on the field on offense and defense, and they still wouldn't have kept pace with Georgia.
Yeah.
When you look at the Big 12, obviously you got to start with the obvious question. Chip, can I ask you a question real quick? Is Texas back?
Wait, brother. Fuck no. Texas is not back right now, but
they should win this conference, in my opinion. They're
close.
Plus 100.
They're close.
They have maybe the lowest odds of any team to win their conference. I haven't seen a number this low, plus 100. They're far and away the favorite, and for good reason. You return Quinn Ewers, hailed freshman last year, almost pulled off the upset against Bama. Quinn Ewers really struggled with down the field passing last year. So obviously you're expecting that sophomore bump that they get. But if not, if he struggles, you can always turn to the blue chipper and Arch Manning, Peyton Manning's nephew. You have tons of receiver production returning. Obviously, you lose Bijan Robinson, but you return a plethora of talent on the defense side of the ball. They have been holding those guys back. They were finally able to rein it in. They brought Gary Patterson in from TCU last year to kind of be like a defensive consultant, and he helped, man. He turned that defense up, and they have a good secondary return, and they have 6 total starters. The problem is, can this offense not become such a early season or flash in the pan or dwindle out. They only scored 24 points once in their last 6 games, while allowing 30 points in each of their last 6 games. They brought in A.D. Mitchell to pair with Xavier Worthy, so they have a formidable weapons on the outside. They returned the entire offensive line. They're positive 3.5 net TARP. That's 2 on the offense and 1.5 on the defense. Their win total is 9.5. It is minus 140 to the over and plus 114 to the under. Chip, I can't talk myself out of not taking the Texas Longhorns to win the Big 14/Big 12.
The Big 14. I love it. Dude, Texas this year. I love their odds. I think this is a special team, like under the radar. Now you're gonna always get that. Are they back? Bullshit, man. I don't think so. I don't think this is a national. I don't think this is a playoff team, but this could definitely be a conference champion. You said they brought in A.D. Mitchell, man. I think that's. Dude, A.D. Mitchell is a Georgia legend. And if I was a Georgia fan, dude, that dude would forever be a dog. Like, forever, dude. 2 national championship touchdown catches when they mattered the most, I think. The one against Alabama, that, like, bomb. That bomb. That, as a freshman, to make those plays, that's some, like, Justin Ross for Clemson. Like statistics.
And now he gets Steve Sarkisian drawing up the plays with Xavier Worthy on the other side.
Yeah, this guy, he should be wide receiver 1 or 2. Has to be a first or second option for Quinn Ewers. And I think you said offensive line. I love that they have all them linemen coming back. That's just going to be beautiful. Give
that
Ewers
alone makes me
shred offenses.
That alone makes me
love
giddy.
It.
That alone just like, take 9.5.
No,
I'll take it.
Sure, dude.
Far and away the best team in the conference.
I think for the future of this team, man, at quarterback, dude, it's just gonna there's no one or the other is gonna transfer, dude. Archman is gonna transfer, or Quinn Ewers is gonna transfer.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is gonna transfer, dude, because Quinn Ewers is a sophomore this year. Right? Sophomore. Archman is a freshman this year. I don't know if they've redshirted him, but I don't think. I mean, you're going to have to let Archman wait this year and then potentially next year, and then it's going to be 3 years before he even throws the football. I don't know if that dude's going to be willing to sit behind that or wait that long. And then if Archman is even better than Quinn Ewers is just going to transfer immediately.
Exactly.
So
you hit it right on the head.
One of them, it's. If I was a Texas fan, I'd be a little uneasy at the quarterback. Yeah, I would be very uneasy about the quarterback position for the future. But I like
sometimes an embarrassment of riches.
I like it.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes an embarrassment of riches at one position is
it really
does
happen.
A curse. Sometimes it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've never really heard that phrase before until Kurt Herbstreit used it for us against Louisville when we beat the flying fuck out of Lamar Jackson in Louisville. And ETN took an 80-yard shit to the house, 80-yard run to the house with like 3 minutes left of the game. He said an embarrassment of riches. An embarrassment, dude.
Sometimes it's like that.
Shouts out to Herbstreit.
When you got 2 guys at quarterback with the potential to do what they can do, you got an embarrassment of riches. So we're both on the over. 9.5 win total. We both got Texas winning the Big 12. No suspense there. Let's get into Oklahoma next. They have the next highest odds at plus 420 to win the conference. Their win total is set at 9. Plus 102 to the over, minus 124 to the under. As far as net TARP, there it is 0. It's -0.5 on offense and just 0.5 on defense.
Who are we talking about?
Oklahoma.
Okay, this is
talking
Oklahoma.
about Brent Venables' squad.
All right.
When you look at Oklahoma, there's a few things to note. One is they have one of the worst run defenses in the country. They allowed the most first downs in FBS out of any school. They allowed the most first downs for any team, which is crazy considering the Brett Venables defense. But you know what? That just probably speaks to players not fitting scheme and scheme not fitting the players. Like Brett Venables wanting to do his thing, and the guys not really being able to adapt. He don't have the guys to run that system yet. So it's going to take a few years. They have a terrible pass rush also. They didn't hit the quarterback much at all. You combine all that with half the fact that half of the defense departed. Now, granted, they were 0-5 in one-score games, so you got to think some kind of positive regression is coming. But I get it. They were 8th in the transfer portal rankings. They brought in a lot of guys to try to help solve some SEC talent to try to help solve this on the defensive level. But I just told you this team they gave the most first downs out of any school. They were a bottom 30 run defense team, and they didn't affect the quarterback. And half of the defenders are gone that was a part of that. You can bring guys in. You can do a lot. Venables needs certain guys to run his screen. And there you go. They lost to Texas 49-0. Give me the under. Give me the under win totals. Brent Venables is a great coach. He just does not still have the players.
I forgot about that.
And I haven't even gotten to the fault. I haven't even gotten to the fact that Dylan Gabriel is running the offense. Dylan Gabriel is likely to miss the whole season, half the season, 2-3 games. You never know what his availability is going to be. Marvin Mims departed, and you also lost a few offensive linemen. But Oklahoma, one thing they do is produce pretty decent offensive linemen. They get those guys coached up and ready to go. I just cannot see the team winning more than 9 games. I'll give me the under. They're definitely not winning 9 games.
It's like an 8-4, maybe 7-5 team.
I got them more just like a 7-6, like a 75 team.
I was going down there results last year, and I was like, okay. 40, 49.
Just a shellacking
versus Texas.
A shellacking.
I would have thrown up, dude. I would have threw up losing to Texas 49-0, dude.
I would.
All right, who we got?
I would have told one of my players, "You got to get ejected. We got to throw some hands. Somebody got to punch somebody in the face." So they listen. So get back has to be gotten. We must. Yeah. Let's talk about Kansas State next. Yes. They are plus 500 to win the conference. Will Howard. It's the Will Howard show now. Highly touted recruit. He's going to be taking over full time now, running the offense. Obviously, they missed everything for them. Deuce Vaughn. They lose a first round.
Kind of tearing it up for the Cowboys right now.
Yeah, he is, man.
If you've seen like camp footage of this guy, he's been going the fuck off. And
they brought in a transfer.
Nice video.
They brought in a few transfers. They have a very inexperienced.
Dude, they brought in Trayshawn Ward from Florida State.
Yeah, they brought in Trayshawn Ward, the running back. So
that dude had so much upside at Florida State.
Well, he gets to play beside Will Howard, so hopefully Will Howard can. He has a lot of hype behind him. So if he can do what he's supposed to do in the passing game, that'll elevate him even further.
Dude, they got like two good running backs. Like they had a really good freshman running back last year. He's going to be rising up behind or since Vaughn left. But he had like 500 yards on like 70 touches.
Well, if there's one thing Chris Kilman and them do at Kansas State,
it's going to be that Giddens dude, that DJ Giddens.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have that offensive line ready to play. They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna run the shit out of the ball. Yeah. The defense kind of scares me. The win total 7.5. It's minus 180 to the over. It's plus 146 to the under. I like Will Howard. I like Chris Kilman. I'll take the over. This is an 8-win team for me. They'll sort out the problems on defense. Even though they're -7 net tart, minus 5.5 on offense and minus 1.5 on defense, I believe in Kansas State to get them to the 8 wins.
Dude, yeah. The returning Big 12 champions. Just got to give them a shout out, dude. Had a tough task against Bryce Young in Alabama. That Sugar Bowl, man. I mean, what was you going to do? What are you going to do?
And they played like the actual stars. So,
yeah.
It was kind of tough.
Dude, Bryce Young. Yes, sir. Bryce Young, the man. All right, who
Texas
we got
Tech.
next?
Texas
Let's
Tech.
get it.
The Red Raiders. Plus 11,000 to win the conference. Win total of 7.5. Minus 105 to the over. Minus 115 to the under. They are 4 net tarp. It's 2.5 on offense and 1.5 on defense. Is Joey Magualo? Magualo is their coach. Joey, you know I got
McGuire should be McGuire.
Yeah, I wrote
Joey McGuire.
I'll scribble. Jerry Maguire, show me the money.
Show me the coin.
Joey said, show me. Hey, listen, if you have another season like last year,
He
you're
said,
going to
I
show
love
me the money.
black people. Show me the money.
Hey, that's a good movie.
God. Dude,
That's a good movie.
All right, if you listen, watching, and you haven't seen Jerry fucking Maguire, dude, just pause and go watch it right now. Then come back. We'll wait.
Then come back. Please come back.
Yeah, come back to us.
Post it. We put
You'll
you
thank
on.
us later.
And,
You'll thank us later.
here's the thing. I don't even watch a lot of movies, so for me to be telling you like Jerry Maguire's a good movie, you need to go watch
That's a
it.
good fucking movie.
It's a good film.
I'll tell you a good fucking movie.
No free shout outs, but we'll shout you out there, guys. Definitely. Texas Tech, right? This is
Coming
my
off a
pick.
huge bowl win over Ole Miss, bro.
If anybody's
Huge
going
bowl
to,
Texas Bowl, but
if anybody's going to be a surprise team outside of Texas to win it, because I really don't see anybody even doing it, this is my pick. Texas Tech. They return Tyler Show at quarterback. Gerard Brandley. He had 51 catches for 744 yards.
The Bradley dude. That he's nice.
The problem is the
their pass.
offensive line has to improve in pass protection, or none of it's going to matter. They have over 40 sacks last year. The fortunate part for them is they get the three of the newcomers on their schedule. They get BYU, UCF, and I can't think of the third one they get. They get three of the newcomers to the conference. You got this schedule in front of you?
They get UCF, Houston, and where's the other one? Cincinnati, ain't it?
Yeah.
No, they don't have Cincinnati. They don't have Cincinnati. They just got
They don't got
Houston.
BYU either.
Okay, they got
Just
BYU. My bad.
So they got UCF, BYU, and Houston. Teams they should beat.
Yeah.
Those are 3 wins. As long as they can improve on defense, they can keep the quarterback upright. They should be fine. They do return 18 starters total. They're strong in the secondary. They're 9th in the red zone defense. Man, listen, they're just improving on the defense every year under McGuire. And if their offense can take another step forward and be more consistent and keep the quarterback upright, this team's going to be right there with Kansas State to be second in the conference. And this is my pick to finish second in the conference. Give me the over on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. 7.5 win total.
Give it to me. I love it.
Bang,
Have we
bang.
talked about the Horned Frogs yet?
Oh, no, they're coming up. They're coming up.
They're coming up? Okay, my bad. I
coming
thought
up.
we
They're-
missed it. I was like,
It's Baylor next, then them. It's Baylor next.
All right. Bet it up.
Baylor plus 1,900 to win the conference. Baylor had Baylor's kind of a tricky team because 2 years ago they were pretty good. Last year, they be in a lot of games. They shoot themselves in the foot a lot.
They were conference
a lot of
champions
turnovers.
the year before.
And they returned a
They
lot
went
of
from
that same
conference
talent.
champion to just like six-win season. Like, that was kind of crazy. They went to a shit bowl and lost to a shite team.
Went to a shit bowl.
Kinda crazy,
Also
man.
a shite team. The win total 7.5. It is plus 152 to the over, minus 188. So you get some good juice if you do believe they can go over. For TARP, they're a positive 2.5 net TARP, 3.5 on offense, -1 on defense. They have a new defensive coordinator, Matt Prowlich. He's going to be coming in. They do return the quarterback, Brent Shapen, the running back, Richard Reese, and Dominique Richardson. He's going to transfer in. They return 65% of their O-line starts, but they do have a few new offensive linemen coming in. Good thing they got some of those guys experience last year. The problem is, for David Randall to be a defensive coach, they gave him 30 points per game last year on defense. And half of it's the guys who did get the pressures, and half of the guys that played in the secondary are gone. So you lose your cover guys, you lose your guys who were hitting the quarterback. Defensive coach can't get the defense to quite turn the corner. Saving grace, you do have a lot of returners on offense, and you have 8 home games. I don't know how you swung it, but Baylor has 8 home games. It's wild.
Not going to make a difference.
Not going to make a difference. I'm going under on this one.
It's not going to make a difference.
Their defense has their
major under. How many wins you got them at?
Like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I got 4.
Like I don't see that they got the brunt.
No
they got the
way,
shit
dude.
part of the schedule. They got
schedule.
shit on.
Home or not, dude. Home or not, bro. Bro, I was doing their thing, and I was like, bro, ain't no fucking way. They got 4 wins on these.
They're gonna have to rekindle some of that 2 years.
I like that. I'm gonna trademark that shit, dude. You went to a shit bowl and lost to a shite team, dude. Like,
you should.
You got blown out by 15 points. The Air Force, dude. Come on.
Hey, don't do the Air Force Falcons
come on,
like that.
No, man. Yeah, you lose Air Force, man. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Fucking Baylor Bears. Fucking TCU.
Fucking Baylor.
Let's talk the Horned Frogs. The Hitler Toads. 2,100 to win the conference. 7.5 is their win total. Is -144 to the over, +118 to the under. This team is -6 in net TARP, -7 on offense alone, +1 on defense. Half of his offense they lost, pretty much. They lost their.
It's the Chandler Morris show.
It's the Chandler Morris show.
Chandler Morris show. He gets the keys back to the whip. Gets the keys back. How
much do you trust a guy who lost the keys in the beginning? It's the real question.
I think it was to do with injury, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I thought a little bit of injury had to do with it. But at the same time, I mean, you really can't even get mad at Max Duggins, dude, for doing what the fuck he did. Take your school to the ship, bro. Took it to 2 ships, but you won the bowl game. The bowl game. So I fucking hate that this team lost the Big 12 championship. I wanted them to win that conference title, man. So fucking bad, dude. But it's what it is, man. They won the bowl game against you guys, unfortunately. But dude, I promise you, man, that's one of the most lit bowl games. If you want to get pumped for college football, dude, go watch the fucking Michigan TCU game. Fiesta Bowl.
Score. It's crazy.
That shit, dude. And then the announcing is unfucking believable. The presentation that ESPN put on for that bowl game was just second to none. I mean, it's a playoff game, or it was a playoff game. It better have been, but unbelievable commentating. Unbelievable. I have no faith that this offense is going to be back.
They can't. They lost their quarterback. There were 2 running backs, the top 3 receivers, their best offensive lineman. They do return 7 starters on the defense, but it's not going to mean much if you can't rekindle that offensive spark you had last year. Kendall Browse has his work cut out for him down there, coaching his team up. I'm on the under. Give me the under. I know it. People are hammering the over, and I don't get it. I just don't see it. Sonny Dykes, you got a lot of turnover, and I gotta lay off for the Hypnotoad. Now, well, like a fool
they got a tough stretch,
possibly, but I'm gonna stick with my under.
Yeah, listen to this stretch. They got at Kansas State, at Texas Tech, Texas, Baylor, at Oklahoma. Damn.
A lot of road games.
That's a tough little stretch, man.
I'll stick with my under.
Games on the road, man. Give me the under, dude.
Yes, sir.
And I hate to say it.
I hate to too.
Give me the under.
But eventually attrition comes for us all, right?
I hope we're
In
wrong
this
on
game.
this one too. Like if out of all the predictions we've had this year, I hope we're wrong about this. I hope they can win like 9 or 10 games. That'll be
They
great.
hit no toe. Oklahoma State.
Man.
Mike Gundy. I'm a man. I'm 40. Come after me.
I'm 40, bro. Come after me.
I'm 40. Come after me.
Bro, top line ever in college football press conference history.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Dude, the mullet.
Come after me.
Just awesome coach, man. Good coach.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
He's been there a long time, though, man. I feel like he better. They're not in a bad spot. I mean, they had a decent year last year. They won 7 games, but I don't know, man. This team better be competing for a New Year's Day 6 bowl here soon, dude. Because I love my guy, but 18 fucking years, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. You ain't Dabo, bro.
It won't be this year, I tell you that. It won't be this year for sure.
You ain't Dabo, bro.
This team.
I need some wins here soon.
This team. Yeah, no, it's not happening. They're having a 3-way quarterback battle right now. They're -5.5 net tart, -4 on offense, -1.5 on defense. The win total is 6.5. It's -110 both ways. They have a new defense coordinator. They're running a new scheme. They're bringing in a new defense coordinator. He's running a 3-3-5. They haven't. I just mean, when I look at my notes, they have a 3-way quarterback battle, and they have a semi-experienced offensive line. They have 2 running backs, but they don't really have much to throw to. New defense coordinator and 5 conference games at home. That's the one schedule advantage they get. They get 5 of their conference games at home, and they avoid playing Texas, TCU, and Texas Tech. So
good for them. Whoever made that schedule. Good for them.
It's tough because I don't believe in this team whatsoever. But when they get 5 conference games at home and they avoid those 3 teams,
hey, what you got, man? What you got, man?
I'm going under.
You going the under? Damn.
No, it's Mike Gundy. He's the man. He's 40. Give me the over. That's good enough to get him one more win. He's a man.
Oh my God, is he?
He's 40.
He's a fucking man.
What you got?
Man, I don't really got much other than I just need these boys to win, man. I need these boys to be competing for Big 12 championships, dude, every year.
It's better when Mike Gundy.
I just don't see it. Yeah, man. I mean, you see what I'm saying? 18 years? When was their last title? League title last was 2011. And they lost to Wisconsin last year in the bowl game. Lost your last 3 games, including your bowl game. Okay, you went 1. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You went 2-6 in your last 8, including the bowl game. Something happened, dude. Something happened. You could say 3 cupcakes to begin the year, but, bro, after they faced TCU, bro, it was over with. That team fell apart. I don't know. They need to be able to finish, man. I need to see like an 8 or 9 win season from Oklahoma State this year, but I don't think that's gonna happen, dude. I don't think that's gonna happen. So I don't know, man. I'm not even gonna touch them, but I'm gonna be watching them closely this year.
Watching them.
All right, come
both
on,
eyes.
Come on, both eyes.
Get right, Mike Gundy. You're a man. You're 40.
I love you, man, but like fucking win something. Come on.
Win another Big 12 championship. We demand it. We demand of you.
Dude. Oh, I don't fucking know.
All right. So, team, I'm going to be watching. No, go ahead.
I
You gonna
covered
say
it.
something?
I was looking at one more note, and I was like, no, I already said this shit. So we're good.
You ready to talk about Jalen Daniels and the Kansas Jayhawks?
Oh, yes. What a season they had, dude. God, what a fucking season these guys had until they met
started
TCU
5-0.
as well.
They started 5-0.
First time in school history, if I'm not mistaken. Like
They
the
finished
hottest start
1-7.
and like, oh, God, dude.
That
shit reminds me of Clemson in 2008, dude.
They were
Clemson
raped,
2008, dude. We were 7-1 and then lost 4 of our last 5. Finished like 8-5. Shit was fucking trash.
Nothing stings like that.
Dude, and then TCU, that game was fucking game day. It was game day.
Mm-hmm.
And they played them tough, man. They just lost the game. And then they went to Oklahoma. Tough-ass game, 52-42. Then you go at Baylor, lose by 12. Then you beat Oklahoma State.
They had a late turnover in that Oklahoma game that did them.
Yeah, and that just sucks. Then lost at Texas Tech, Texas, at Kansas State, and versus Arkansas in a burner. 55-53. Probably lost on the 2-point conversion.
Game.
It
was
in
the
the
Liberty
Liberty
down
Bowl
by like 2-3 scores late in the game and came all the way back and fucking tied it up. It was a crazy game. And they had to play 2 quarterbacks for most of the year because Jalen Daniels was banged up. And
I fucking hated that shit, man. I hated that he was hurt. Dude, he was hurt for a lot of them games down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
But this team, man?
They run a lot of motion. It's a really interesting offense. Lance Leopold, he know what he's doing. He has 17 starters coming back. 4 starters on the D-line are all gone, so they got to replace that on a team that gave up 35 points per game. The win total is 6.5. It's plus 116 to the over, minus 142 to the under. The net tarp is plus 3.5, and that's all on offense. So what you're really banking on is, can the offense be one good again, and can they win the games they should win? I like Jalen Daniels. I like Lance Leopold. I like what they're building there. Give me over on the Kansas Jayhawks.
Give me the fucking over all day long, bro. You return every fucking skill position player, dude. Mm-hmm. You return every single fucking skill position player. Bring back 3 offensive linemen. Then you said, the whole D-line left. But tell me how you have everybody else. Every fucking linebacker, every corner, every safety, even the fucking... Yeah, man, the fucking entire, basically, defense, except for the D-line, is back. They're also in the Big 12 again, so it's going to be tough. But give me the fucking over, man. Give me the fucking over for Jalen Daniels to stay healthy and finish the season, bro.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Rock Chalk motherfucking Jayhawk.
They're going to win the bowl game this year. They will win a bowl game this year.
Whoever they get, they're taking them out. I'm with it.
Bro, having like the 120-plus ranked defense in every statistical category, they better step that shit up this year, too.
That ain't the move. That ain't the move. That's a bottom 15 squad everywhere. You got to do something different. Maybe you hit the transfer portal. You need to bring in some guys. You got to do something different. You can't win every game in a shootout. All right. Let's get down to the last, 5 teams. More than that. Ooh, let's get it going. UCF plus 3,000. Oh, no. Hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. No, I am. I'm right. UCF plus 3,000. Newcomer to the conference. Minus 5.5 net tarp. Minus 7 on offense. Plus 1.5 on defense. So they lost a ton of fucking offense. They returned John Reese Plumlee at quarterback. Kobe Hudson and Baxter make a great wide receiver combo. They return the running back, have a new defense coordinator, Addison Williams. They have a new offensive coordinator. They return 6 starters on defense. They pretty much lost their whole secondary. For a team with win total of 6.5, minus 170 to the over, plus 138 to the under. New offense coordinator, new defense coordinator, new conference, and you think they're going to win 6.5 games? I'll be taking the under. Ain't too much
the
analysis.
major under.
Too
The
many
major
changes.
under, dude.
Too many
Major under.
changes.
I think this is going to be a shell shock to the Golden Knights, who claimed the national title in 2017. Bro, this is going to be fucking mayhem.
Now,
Mayhem.
don't get me wrong. I fully expect UCF in the future to recruit at a high level and run this conference because of their
they'll recruit
their
very
location
well,
and them being in a big conference. But it's so early on, and I can't buy into a new coach. I mean, a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, going to a new conference. No, it's just too much change. It's too much new. So I'm willing to bank on that. Let's talk the Iowa State Cyclones next. Matt Campbell's Iowa State Cyclones. They are positive 0.5 on net target. That's 2.5 on offense and -2 on defense. The win total is 4.5. It's -110 both sides. Should have went to West Virginia next, actually, but fuck it, we're already here.
It's fine.
They're going to need new guys to rush the passer, obviously, with Will McDonald and his counterpart moving on. They lost 6 one-score games, so you could expect maybe some positive regression, but I'm not really sure. 72% of their line starts return, but they were 83rd in pass blocking success rate. So, I mean, they returned the majority, but have they improved enough to keep Hunter Deckers upright? If he gets to play, he was pressured on 25% of his dropbacks, which is way too high of a percentage for an offensive line. But in general, this really boils down to this. This is the whole analysis about this team. I'm just waiting for NCAA to finish their probe, the NCAA to finish their probe. They have several players that were in a gambling sting. They were caught, breaking what allegedly innocent until proven guilty. The gambling laws.
Allegedly.
So that's all I'm going to speak on. I ain't going to speak too much over this. Just give me the unders. Too much surrounding this team. But this is Matt Campbell. Don't worry, we're going to count him out. But I don't really want to talk about this team too much. They got a lot going on. Who knows if their mind is even on football?
Oh, yeah, I will say that I seen this team play live in 2020, Cheez-It Bowl, Clemson versus Iowa State. Clemson got the dub, but it was really cool. Their fans were pretty cool, and I hope they have a good season, man. It's probably not going to happen, but I saw Brock Purdy start that bowl game and do one of the most craziest plays I've ever seen, where he throws it, it gets batted up into the air, and then he goes and not spikes it, but he goes and like volleyball, hits that shit in the air, and then our guy picks it off and takes it to the house.
I was watching that game.
One of the most bizarre shit I've ever seen, dude.
So I had interest in that game.
I was on my toes the entire game, man.
It was a pretty good game. It was a defensive game. I remember it was a low scoring. Iowa State really couldn't move the ball too much. But I do remember the spread.
It was a defensive game because they had fucking DJ Uyunglele.
I can't think of what the spread was, and y'all were favored. And I told a guy I used to work with, he was like, y'all was going to beat it.
We won 20-13, I think. It was like
he said y'all were going to win by 10 plus, and I was like, you would have bet on that. We bet
them because they didn't start Breece Hall.
Yeah, they didn't start Breece Hall. We bet $50. He bet me they would win by 10.
Won, right?
Yeah, I knew. I said, man, y'all gonna win. Y'all just not gonna win by 10. Oh yeah. He was the same guy. Like when y'all played Georgia week 1. Okay. When y'all played Georgia a few years ago, week 1. I was like, man, Georgia is probably gonna win the Natty this year. Like he like I wish I had him. I call him right now and I'll tell you, he's breaking us up. And he'd be like, we're gonna beat him week 1. And I was like, you want to bet $100 before the season even started? And he was like, yeah, let's bet $100. And he texted me. He was like, how the fuck did you know? And I was just like,
oh, fuck. He lost.
I was like, bro, I know about this recruiting class Georgia get brought in. They were real. But let's get back to the Big 12. So we're off Iowa State. They're a bunch of cheaters, gamblers. Ain't nothing wrong with gambling, but you can't be doing that shit if you signed paperwork saying you wouldn't do it. And especially if you're not cutting me in on that 100 decals. You could have fucking called me and told me to bet the under on some shit. We could have split the money, bitch. West Virginia, plus 7,000. Neil Brown. This team intrigues me. Their win total is 5.5. It's plus 148 to the over, minus 180 in the under. This team is projected actually out of the teams that are originally in the conference to finish last. They have a new offensive coordinator, a new quarterback. They're going to a quarterback battle. You got Garrett Green and Nico Markov. They have games against Penn State, Pitt, TCU, Texas Tech, and Oklahoma. They do have a pretty experienced offensive line. They do return C.J. Donaldson in the backfield at running back. But this defense was terrible. They gave up 14 plays of 40 yards last year on their way to giving up 32 points per game. So I guess what I'm saying is I'd like to take this team over. I would. But they were terrible on defense last year. And they don't do themselves no favor with them 5 games that leaves really not a lot of room for error. Not a lot of margin for error with them.
No.
I'm going to stay away. I'm going to stay away.
I'll stay away, but this is the 70-33 boys, and that's cool and all. But shouts out to my boy Taylor. I love you, man. He's the only West Virginia Mountaineer fan that I've ever known, and he's my boy, man. He's been my boy since day one, and I hope they have a great season. And I love you, dude.
Shout out to you, bro. Shouts out to you.
Hey.
West Virginia also played one of the most entertaining games last season when they played Tennessee and when they played Pitt. Both of those games were interesting.
Oh my God!
No. It was the Pitt game. It was just the Pitt game. It was really good. It was Bryce Ford Wheaton, man. I'm sorry, he dropped that ball for a pick 6.
Great game.
Fuck, tough.
Oh my God, he did.
Bryce Ford Wheaton, man. I still can't believe he went undrafted. He was just a beast for West Virginia. Cincinnati, one of the newcomers. It's crazy. Cincinnati.
Can you believe that?
It's crazy right here. They actually have better odds on FanDuel to win the conference, and I don't understand that than BYU, but we'll talk about that. I'm betting under, and I'm going to tell you why I'm betting on Scott Satterfield. I'm not a big fan of Scott Satterfield. They're minus 10 in net tart, minus 6 on offense, minus 4 on defense. Their win total is 5.5. It's plus 138 to the over, minus 170 to the under. They return one offensive starter, and I think he's on the offensive line. If I'm not correct, it might be 2 starters, but I know they return one offensive line for starter. Their defense will be okay. It's been the calling card. They return 6 starters on defense, but the problem is they brought in Emory Jones to play quarterback. If you know Emory Jones, he went to Florida, then he transferred out of there, and he went to, I think, Arizona State. God-awful quarterback. I'm sorry. Give me the under. I'm just leaving it at that.
What a hilarious player. I mean,
atrocious quarterback. I'm leaving it at that. I'm taking the under.
Just hilarious. Yeah, dude, this is also going to be a shell shock, I believe. But
this will be the team that finishes last in the conference.
Sauce Gardner, so shouts out to them. Yeah, 100%.
This is me.
Shouts out to the Gardner.
Now, this team ain't going to be nowhere near as bad as people think. I'll take the over for this team right here. BYU, plus 10,000 to win the conference.
BYU, baby.
They're plus 7 in net tart, plus 3 on offense, plus 4 on defense. The win total being 4.5.
Are they coming from independent?
Yeah. They're minus 188 to the over, plus 152 to the under. So their first time in a conference, coming from the independents. But BYU been playing with the big boys for years. We've seen them match up against numerous Power 5 teams. They're bringing a new defensive coordinator.
Schedule.
And that's I like being independent. To me, man, you get you a couple. To me, if I was a coach, I want to be independent so we can play teams that are producing top talent, so my guys get good film out there. That's gonna help with recruiting. That's why I've always think you ain't gotta play Bama then turn around and play Georgia. But you could get Bama 1 week, then the next week you could travel and play somebody like Illinois. And then the next week you could go play like Washington State and then come back and play a fucking team like Clemson. And then the next week after that, go play a Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Go just get your competition out there. So Jay Hill will be taking over calling the defense. He gets 7 starters to return. But the problem is this team was atrocious against the run. They gave up 172 rush yards per game. So that's the first thing on his plate. For the head coach, he has to get Keaton Slovis to play better. And they have a tough stretch, man. The schedule ain't so easy, man. They play Arkansas, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, and TCU.
Not favorite.
Even with that being said, a win total of 4.5. I'm taking
close with at Oklahoma State too.
Who knows
over,
what might turn out to be. Maybe he won't be a man anymore. He won't be 40. Just saying.
He pushing 60 almost now.
Hell
It happened like 12 years ago when we was in school. Hey, but that's the Big 12, man.
No, we got Houston. Yeah, Houston.
Fucking hell. I missed one. I swear we talked about Houston already, but go ahead.
We'll button it up real quick. The Houston Cougars, a team that we really don't care to talk about if you know us. We faded the shit out of this team last year.
Yeah, faded the fuck out of this team.
Dana Hogerson, let's see if you get qualified to get faded
Week one, Houston will lose to UTSA, the Roadrunners. They will lose week 1. Mark my words. You heard it. It's the second time I've said this on this podcast. This year is a very bold, hot take, bold prediction. Give me
you heard it here.
The Roadrunners to upset these boys week 1.
Chip already deep in his week 1 bag. Deep in his week 1 bag already. I ain't even look. They're minus 3.5 on Tart, minus 5 on offense, positive 1 plus 5 on defense. The win total is 4.5. Is minus 134 to the over, plus 110 to the under. They bring in Donovan Smith from Texas Tech to come out and try to take over the quarterback position. But
I like that.
I mean, he has a very strong receiving core. They brought in some recruits, some transfers. They go about 4 or 5 deep. They're going to sling the pill. But people are going to sling the pill on him. They gave up 32
success.
They gave up 32 points per game.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but in terms of the quarterback, it might produce some success because you're bringing in a Big 12 quarterback already.
Yeah. He has plenty of
former
Big 12
AAC
experience.
conference team. So you bring in a quarterback with Big 12 experience, and then you give him that receiving core. But defense gotta produce. This is a
they gave up 32 passing touchdowns last year. It was just
ranked 121st in the country passing defense.
It's just nowhere to go but up. But unfortunately, the win total, I'm going to put my thumb down. Give me the under.
What is the win?
What's 4.5? 4.5.
Oof.
I can see them getting that though. I can see them winning 5 games. But I ain't picked a lot of unders, so I'm giving this team an under.
Give me the under. Give me the under.
Because they'll fuck us over in the long run. This is Houston we're talking about.
Yeah.
This is you. I mean, they did it last year. We just had to keep fading because they just couldn't get out their own way. Man, that's the Big 12, man.
2 games last year.
That's the Big 12.
That's Big 12.
That's the Big 12. We're going to get out of here. We're going to get this closed up. We're going to get this wrapped up in a nice little bow. And we're going to get right into the Pac-12 after this. So we can give you 2 podcasts.
Currently known as the Pac-4.
Pac-4.
Everybody just aborted.
I just got the fuck on through. Everybody just got the fuck on through. And with those media rights deals and the network and the deals everybody else getting, Pac-12 wasn't getting no kind of money. So I understand it. But This has been another edition of the Saturday Showdown.
Saturday
Conference
Showdown.
previews. We're just trudging right along. And
Big 12.
by the end of the week,
Remind me how,
we'll have football.
Remind me how to leave this shit.
I'm just going to hit stop.
You're going to hit the stop? Do I have to leave as well?
Yeah, leave and then come back.
All right, leave it and come back. All right, that was it. That was the Saturday Showdown. Thanks for listening to Big 12. We out here, baby. We are out here.